Good evening, guys and girls, and welcome to Planet Coaster the Chill Out. So, here's in the chat, as usual. I cannot see the chat. So, I basically just want to sort of chill out and build. Bits in the park, and basically I'm just sort of thinking at the moment. I feel sorry for anybody at the moment. In relation to what happened last night in Manchester. It's such a shock of what happened in Manchester last night. And the youngest casualty in Manchester has been revealed as an 8-year-old girl. A child. Just a child. I mean, that's... it's crazy. It really is. But we're safe. We're nowhere near Manchester, so... Well, I can say we're safe, but we're sort of safe and we're not, really, because if somebody does target anything like Sellafield or BAE Systems, where they build the nuclear submarine, yeah, we're fucked. Quite frankly, we're fucked, to be honest. So, I mean, there's only, what have we got now? I forgot I didn't enable live chat. Oops. But we should have chat in a few minutes if A sorts that setting out for me, which I apologise about that. I have told her how to do it. So, I mean, a lot of people say, you know, it's only 38 days until Efteling. And, to be honest, I'm actually pretty anxious about Efteling at the moment. That's just due to what has gone on. I guess I know I'm not going anywhere near the MAN and stuff, but I'm going near an airport. You know, I'm having to go get a flight and That's the worrying thing for me at the moment. Many of you know I do suffer with, I suffer with anxiety. And to be honest, that has yesterday's, last night's events, even though I was nowhere near it. Knowing that I've got to catch a flight in 37 days time is put me on edge. And the ride's broken down, that's about typical. Just because I can see the smoke rising out of the thing. So live chat is back enabled and it is watching the chat. Whether we make the decision to keep this chat on or not, we do not know. We will have to see how things go. What have I used roof-wise? I used a wooden platform, didn't I? Not a smooth concrete. Shit. Okay. Quick. Quick style change. I used a wooden platform. So I think everywhere's just a little bit shocked. I mean, there were people from the local area to us that were actually caught up in the concert. Like, they made it back safely, luckily. But yeah, it's one of them things where I think it takes you by surprise. And you never know if it was planned, if it's been it's just one of them you couldn't predict. If somebody could actually predict everything, then it would be a little different. If you could actually predict, oh, there's going to be an attack here, there's going to be this, and this, the world would be a hell of a lot more safer place. And what struck me was watching the news actually last night was the fact that the Americans, I'm not got anything against them. They were saying, even before it had been confirmed by the British sort of intelligence, that it in fact you know, it was a suicide bomber. So, if that's the case coming from the Americans, if they knew there was a suicide bomber in this country, or if they know, you know, stuff like that, if they, well, they said it was a suspected suicide bomber at that point, why didn't they do anything? You know, why, if they knew there was going to be a bit of shit going down, why didn't they just tip off the anti-terror law and stuff like that? It just seems a bit odd that it only happened till, you know, after the incident had occurred. That's when they piped up and said, oh, it's suspected this, that and the other. I mean, like I say, I've got nothing against the Americans, nothing against the American people, but your intelligence services, Jesus Christ, come on. You know, I dislike, not being funny, I dislike Donald Trump. But something he said recently about, like he was saying about the, what did he exactly say? I'm trying to think what exactly he said, because I don't want to quote anything false. And it was something to do with like, oh, that, you know, you're not safe wherever you are and all this lot, and, you know, he's true. He is right. No matter wherever you are in the world. What windows did I use over there? Sorry. Okay, I used them on that building. I want to use something different on this. You know, you're not going to be safe. No matter where you are, you know, whether you're in Japan, China, the Philippines, wherever you are, you're never, ever, ever, as long as there's that threat of terrorism out there, it's basically, you're living in fear. That's what it is. You're just gonna live in fear all the time. You're gonna be just wondering, well, when's it next gonna hit? And where next? What next? When? You know, that sort of thing. Christ, Spiral broke down again. Bear with me, just let me see what the hell's going on. Okay, we'll request inspection and refurbishment on you then. I didn't want to do start building station grid today, I just want to ready the building. You know, you're just going to ask yourself when, where, for the next attacks, and it's just going to be like, put your hands on your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye, basically. Some of you may take a dim view on my humour about it, but it's just a true fact. You know, not being funny, but with the governments the way you are, you know, with the UK government, with American government, Russia, basically, it's like if you actually piss people off, it's like the whole North Korea issue and with Kim Jong-un and all this lot, and it's like you piss people off that have got serious capabilities. You know, that dude's got nuclear weapons. And, you know, we've got a Prime Minister. Should never say this live, but we have a Prime Minister who's a bit of a warmonger. But to be honest, I would rather have her than Jeremy Corbyn. Now, he is the current UK Labour leader. And the guy, not being funny, but the guy is just a utter douche. He's a coward. And yes, when he's all like, oh, he sympathises about the Manchester attacks because it's a terrible event. But the guy was a supporter, I think it was IRA, some radical movement over in Ireland ages ago. And it's like, seriously? And the current thing that really pisses me off right now is, I'm really sort of pissed, but I'm getting mixed views about it, is if our Prime Minister wins this election, all I'm going to say is the UK can say bye-bye to the internet. Because I know what she wants to do, and that is the government have control over the internet, which, I'm not being funny, you can't control the internet. You can control what's on it. You know, there's a lot of stuff that she wants to do. You know, she wants to control what's sort of, I understand for children accessing like stuff like accidentally stumbling across any porn and stuff like that. I understand that. But it's more like, the thing is, it's more of the whole idea of giving your internet providers, for example TalkTalk as an example, power, you know, giving all the internet companies power to actually look and retain your own browser history. Which really, not that I'm saying I've got a bad browser history, not at all. It's just the fact that I understand, you know, the UK government, like WhatsApp as well, they want to be able to get into WhatsApp, Facebook, check everything about you, and it's like, seriously? Where's our freedom going? You know, we're not gonna have any freedom at all. We're gonna lose what we're able to say or there's that sort of thing. We're gonna be living in a communistic country, and I understand I do like, the only thing I actually do like about her referendum policy, not that I really do politics, is the fact that we're going to get tighter. If she wins, we get tighter border controls, which right now is what this country needs. I'm sorry, I'm not wanting to be racist, I'm not wanting to say anything like that, because I have no problem with people's race, age, gender, sexuality, whether you're transgender, bi, gay, whatever. I have no problem with that. I like the fact that she wants tighter border controls, and that's something many countries have adapted. What do you mean you're not accessible from park entrance? Because that's just bullshit. Because you are. Because park entrance is there. All you do is walk down the path and walk to the shop. You know, there is paths here and here. You can actually get into it. So, to you, game. How are we doing for request inspection? Yeah, it's just, I like the idea of the tighter border controls, but anyways, the UK, once we leave the EU, we're gonna have to get a visa to travel anywhere in Europe, which I don't mind about that. I just, you know, I don't mind stuff like that, but who knows what the future holds? Who knows, we could end up just blowing the shit out of each other. Because the UK has nuclear capabilities. We do, we have a defence, we have the deterrent, and we're not afraid to use them, just like we know many other countries aren't afraid to use theirs. So it's just a bit like, well, you know, there may not be much of a world left by 2020, because if you get dickheads in power, they go power mad. I mean, okay, Vladimir Putin and the Russian Prime Minister, I wouldn't say he's a dickhead, but he's a very, very powerful man. And it's like Kim Jong-un, or whatever the hell he's called. He's a powerful person, but he's got stuff that could just ruin everybody. And there's the words of actually, I remember a quote, a line from one of the games, which was a dialogue. I think it was a China tank. And the line was, "We're going to ruin somebody's day." And that is exactly what is going to happen if these people with the power launch their nuclear weapons. Everybody is gonna have a bad fucking day. Because countries are gonna get wiped. And we might as well just go into a post-apocalyptic. I tell you what, people call them nutcases, right? I know I'm just chatting shit. People call them nutcases, but they have the right idea. The doomsday preppers. They've got the right idea. And I think they do have the right idea. Because if nuclear, you know, God forbid the world goes to a complete shitstorm, you know, people actually call them crazy. I give the guys credit. You know, all the doomsday preppers, I give them credit, because it's like, well, yeah, you're actually preparing for the day somebody pushes a button. Pushes the button to end the world. And either way, it's either going to be South Korea, America, or Russia. Maybe even the UK. If the UK do it, then, well, shit. You know, it's just, it's gonna just, yeah. It's not worth thinking about. But I'm kind of thinking about it now anyways. If you actually think about it, it would be quite scary. It would be quite a scary event. The fact that you know that somebody's got it could be China, and the spiral's broken down yet again. Jesus Christ. See, I want to keep this coaster, but it's getting very, very unreliable right now. But yeah, no, like I was just saying, sort of randomly chatting shit, random shite. Where the hell are my mechanics? Oh, where have done research. Forge. Can't even run out. Anubis. Have I actually ever, that'll be the cube. Clean and bright futures and monorail. Classic fright. Hang on. Let me just check something here. Ah. I've never actually noticed. I bet that's a wooden coaster. Yeah, like I say, I know I'm just talking general shit, but it's actually just a true fact that you know, things will just go completely. And I was actually looking at my mechanics, wasn't I? That's why things are a bit crap, because I only actually have one mechanic. So let's go 2, 3, 4. Let's give them 4 mechanics. Things might actually work better. Bear with me just a second, guys. I just need to nip to the loo. And I'm back. So, where was I? I just put a few mechanics down, hadn't I? Really, Missy Good, Monty Fruit 7, TG6. Right, let's open one. Keep one open. Keep one. Keep one. Actually, got an idea. Let me, because I'm in challenge mode and I'm in hard mode. 293.50. Right, you've got low work. Load. I would explain why. People are quitting. Because if they were at level 2, you tend to keep them happy. The problem is not many people are using my shops, which kind of doesn't help because it is harder to attract guests. Attractions and shops. Veteran Carousel's aging, which is good, but it's losing money now. All my shops, in fact, aren't making me any sodding money right now. Which, that's fine for now. July the 8th. We're on the 6th. Okay. But I'll train them in a minute. See, I don't know why it says they're not accessible, because they can actually get the right bloody camera view. They can get to the shops. This is what I don't understand. They can actually get to the shops because the shops are connected to the paths. As you can see, the handymen can walk right past the shops. I mean, it all depends on guest needs, I guess. See, there is a first need there. I do have gulpy shops. I've got shops here. They can see, like there, they can get to the shops, so they're all right that way. So I don't understand why they're doing that. It's just a bit strange. And on another note, unfortunately, Sir Roger Moore died today. Obviously, if you don't know who he is, he's famous, or most famous, I shall say, for playing Mr. Bond. Yes, he played James Bond in the likes of Man with the Golden Gun. He's probably one of my favourite Bond actors. To be honest, I don't know, I like Sean Connery, and Timothy Dalton's okay, he didn't do many. Daniel Craig isn't so bad. I know what I need to actually do. Is I'm gonna do this. Sorry guys, but I need to keep the profits coming in. I don't really want to lose any guests, but we haven't got any research yet. Right, so what I'm going to do now is put in another ride that I'm going to keep as a permanent ride. And it is going to be something that's... Is that the only kids ride I've got? Like the family ride? I'm guessing so at the moment. So let's have a look at... What is that? How big is this? Come on. That's actually quite nice and quite small. I think that sort of deserves to go... don't want to float. I think that would be quite nice to sort of sit. Ooh, I didn't do that. That was my fault. I thought it would be nice to sit down here. Just a little. Let me That's very, very close to that fence, but it'll do. Right, so crank start. This is what I don't understand, because there's that fence there. So where is... That's actually a very, very clever. That's quite clever. Right, so I want the entrance... Or do I want it the other way around? I just wondered why there was a big sort of gap in the fence. I wonder if you'll let me move this. So what I could do is move you forward. Like that. And then... excuse me. And what I might do is actually... So I'll bring you... kind of want you to come along here, this way, like that. Except that's a different path, but it'll do for this. But then again, this bit might not do what I want it to do. You could just bear with me on this one. There's not going to be enough place to get past. So let's actually... Why is that put a path on? I might keep that because it goes close to the road. You know, health and safety. And then what I might do here is just sort of come down there, like that. But then I do wonder if that bit was elevated. If you got 90 degrees. I'll just get rid of that bit. You're a bit bigger. Let's go like that. I didn't want to do that though, did I? Wonder if that's elevated. The ground must be a bit elevated there. That looks better. The ground must be elevated there. for it to do what it's doing. So that's now open. Just get a request inspection in. As you can tell, I do a lot of request inspections. I don't even know what I was talking about. I've completely lost my thought train. Of what the hell I was on about. That's the problem, is I had 10% downtime and I don't want to keep it. I want it to sort of so OZ has subscribed on YouTube. Oh, okay. New subscriber. That's fine. I might do some oxygen not included tomorrow. I haven't actually decided what I was going to do tomorrow. I've been playing a lot of City Skylines personally. I have done a couple of live streams actually. But I have been playing personally City Skylines and I'm actually enjoying it, getting back into it again. I might put something here. Might put a tree. I mean, that's quite nice, but it'll block it. That's a bit tall. I want something nice, but I want something that ain't gonna block the posters. I guess I could put you there. And put you there. You are going to kind of block that, but you'll do. Right. We got any new research yet? Not by the looks of it. Guest numbers is starting to slowly increase, which is good. This actually has people on it, so that's good. Let's have an actual look at this. So the mechanic is in fixing. So I just want to actually look at this ride, how it's done. I suppose if you actually look there, you can sort of look up and see. I mean, how many styles of Planet Coaster song can be done? Quite a lot. I didn't want to look at you. I kind of don't want to look at your bloody head all the time. I guess you can sort of I do like the lights in the trees. That's a pretty nice touch. You know, you can look there and you can get quite a nice sort of view, as you can see that the coast has gone up and about to drop down. So you can see it, so that's quite good. That's quite an effective thing, and I bet that'd be quite nice at night. Yet it's a minimalistic scenery on this ride, but it actually works. Like the fountain, rock fountain bit, the light, and the house, and this is the garage. You know, it actually works. For some bizarre reason. It's like the live stats, you know, it's not very exciting. It kind of is and kind of isn't. Track scenery rating very high. Didn't realise there was a track scenery rating. So if I have a look at the results. Yeah, high. That's got a very high, and that's only got a high track scenery rating. And that's a coaster. And then the results are slightly different for these rides. So if I then click here and do results, track scenery rating very low because I've not got. Ooh. It's losing me money every time I have to refurbish it. It's only had 2% downtime, so that's not so bad. I'm going to get increase the inspection limit on that to 10 every 10 minutes. So the track scenery rating is very low, total airtime duration, and you know, there's that sort of stuff because there is no scenery with it. And with this, there's a teeny tiny amount of track scenery. Is that actually getting anybody anymore? Yeah, it is. I think that was my research. Yeah, it was. I thought it was a cube. There it is. That's the monorail. I know I've just revealed the research. There's the whirly rig. Oh, Gulpy, you've actually finally come out of there then. I might actually put whirly rig out here. It was one ride I was waiting for, and I think it would go quite. It's a pirate theme, yes, which is. I wish there was a generic version of a lot of the rides, like Looper. Would be quite nice in a generic theme, I think. It's 9 degrees. I did wonder why it wasn't snapping properly there. You know what's going to happen here? That song's going to get stuck in my head. And it's got an 86% scenery rating because of where I've placed it. So that's very, very... Wow, 2 subscribers. 2 new subscribers within... You know. Within the space of not long. Right, so are you ready to get open then? And what I'm gonna do is, I did a look. Oh, I forgot to send that to Bo. And there's Princess Emily. Yes, I know, minus 12. Jesus Christ. As you can tell, I'm not making any money yet. And it is quite... It's actually not easy to make money at the on a hardest difficulty at the moment, but... What rock do I want? Where am I? I'm not in an alpine and I'm not tropical, so I am in a dish, whatever it is. It's quite funny, even some of the devs can't say it. A Didacious, maybe? And them drats are snoring away. Cute. So you're quite large. I might actually do the usual sort of scenery. Noisy little buggers. Aren't they? They are noisy little buggers, them drats. Which is a bit unusual for them to be. I knew that was going to happen. Hiya, Gulpy. It's just sort of lined. It's getting people going to it, which is good. So yeah, like I say, I'm just chilling out, playing the game as I normally would. I'm not normally... Wrong button. Not normally lose money. Don't normally lose money, that's for certain. It's just sort of the fact is that with a hardest mod difficulty, not supposed to be half load. Are they Joshua trees? I might actually one of them there. That's what I actually wanted to put in here. I never did. I knew I wanted to put something somewhere. What I could do with is some fauna somewhere. There isn't much foliage actually at the moment. There isn't that much foliage within the game. I think that's something that is still sort of needed, is a little bit more of plants. I have noticed I've never ever reported it. If you've noticed, when I click down you'll see a slight flash of yellow. Don't think that's a bug, I just think it's because it's, you know, you've selected a colour. Did I miss bits? Yes, I did. Bell end. Sorry. There we go. You know, I do it all the time. If I've done something wrong, if I've made a mistake, I will end up saying it to myself. I tell you one game that really annoys me. Well, there is one game that I did rage quit. And that was Raft. Haven't heard anything from the developers whether they have rebalanced it or anything like that yet. Sim Airport I will play a bit more. I'm just waiting for... Whoa, wait inside the tower. Looks quite nice. I'm just waiting for them to update it a little bit more. They had done a few updates, but there's still not enough content there. I'm still waiting to hear announcements and stuff like that on about Airport CEO. That game I'm looking forward to as well. There is nothing really catching my eye at the moment, games wise. Parkitects had a hell of a lot of updates. I might jump into that at some point. You know, that's why I sort of step away from certain games. I don't want to really step away from this is because of Planet Coaster Appreciation group. I have a current ongoing project in this game anyways. I might... Gulpy. Here he comes. Yeah, well... I can't really say Gulpy's annoying because, you know, well, you don't know yet, and you're not gonna know. Sorry, I nearly revealed a spoiler there, but because I don't know who watches this videos, I have had a couple of the devs watch my videos. I'm not gonna really reveal what I was about to say then, because I wanted it to be the hybrid. Like I say, I can't really say that Gulpy's annoying. He's not. That's all I'm going to say for now. But July 1st is the big reveal for that. Don't overwork yourself, Gulpy. You might end up pulling a hammy. I like the idea of that there, actually. What else can I put in here? Something that'll fit it. No, that's a luggage case. I've already got the market barrel with flowers. Of course, I can hear that all the way from where I was. Yeah, I have. I don't think I've got the barrel one though. What I might do is... Actually, I don't think it's there. Is it? Is it there? Let's add it to that. That's a mermaid statue. I don't really want... We got... Hello, Amelie. Wandering around again. I'm actually going to put another Amelie statue in here. I think. No, I'm not. Can I fit No, because you're too big. See, I kind of like that, but it's a gunpowder one. That's a pirate one as well. I'm wondering if... Is it a pro? Or is it an actual building? I know how big it is, it's massive. Sort of wondering if I can. Do you there? How big is that campsite? Just a bit too big. Damn. Really even do... Should be on a statue, won't she? Yeah. I want to actually put an Armally in the middle. That statue's just really creepy. I have to put these if... just for the fact that Drats, believe it or not, are like Amelie's pets, effectively. They are actually like her pets. What I could do is stick one in the corner. Bo would absolutely love this park. Only because of the drats. She loves the drats, but I like them. I think they're really cute. What's that? Ah. That's something I've never noticed before. I know it doesn't light up. That's pretty interesting. I'm wondering here if this will work. So bear with me a moment, guys. I wonder if it's going to sit too low though. Let me yeah, it's gonna just sit a bit that'll work. Something like that. That would work. L-A-N. And then I'm gonna do what I did. Let's go AN. Sorry guys about the camera movements. I am just because I'm in a certain view. And what I can do is just sort of secretly disguise it, and then anyways from the ground I do like the radio stations. I think they're a nice addition to the shops. It just needs one. I think it needs one small thing added to there. Hi Goldbeat. He's just passed. I think that looks quite nice. Yeah. Alright, back to daytime. So the reason I don't have it running day and night cycle is just because I like, if I'm building, I prefer to be able to see what I'm doing. But I apologise guys and girls, but anyways guys and girls, I am actually going to leave this live stream here. It's not that I don't have any creative juices or anything like that, it's just been one of them days. I'm just a bit like, at the moment I just feel a bit bleh, but that's because of my hay fever. That's why I'm sort of like sniffed, because I've been cutting grass today and stuff. But don't forget to join me again tomorrow at 7 PM BST. You can also like and follow us and subscribe like people have been doing. You can subscribe to the channel, you can like us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. You can also support us on Patreon, and if you actually click on our website, or well, there is our website and we have a Patreon button on there, and we have a Patreon link in the description. So yes, thank you for joining me, and I shall see you all tomorrow night at 7 PM. Yes,
Let it go, let my body go. Make our bodies higher and higher. Let it go.